Hello students. So before the online examination we were doing one chapter, that is fraction, isn't it? So the half portion we have already finished, like till I believe I have taught you till the mixed fractions, right? How to convert the improper fraction into mixed fraction and mixed fraction into improper fraction, right? Those I have already taught you. Now we are going to the next topic of the same chapter. Okay, so the next topic is equivalent fractions. Okay, so what do you mean by equivalent fractions? So in your book, if you see the definition, you will find that the definition of equivalent fractions is two or more fractions. So it can be 2 or 3, 5, 10. Okay, 2 or more means any number, but more than 2. Okay, so the minimum is 2. We will need 2 fractions. Okay, so 2 or more fractions representing the same part or value of the whole are called equivalent fraction. So I have already told you the whole means part 1, right? So a whole means 1. Okay, so out of in this definition you will only be able to understand it through an example. Okay, so let me give you an example. If I tell you the fraction 5 by 6 and 25 by 30, so I can say that these two are equivalent fractions. Okay, now I hope you know what do you mean by common factors, right? Because we have already done LCM and HCF, isn't it? So now do this first. Let us check this for 5 by 6. Okay, so is there any number which divides both 5 and 6? Except 5, there is no such number, because 5 ones of except 1, there is no such number, because if I divide 5 by 1, it would be 5 ones of 5, right? But 2 does not divide 5, 3 also, 4 also. Okay, 5 will divide 5. So for 5, what are the factors? 1 and 5. Okay, now for 6. Now for 6, what are the factors? The factors are 1, 2, 3 and 6 itself, isn't it? Now, is there anything common? Yes, 1 is common, isn't it? So there is only one factor that divides both 5 and 6, that is 1. Okay, so except 1, if there is any other, then you have to divide it, otherwise you have to leave as it is. Since we have only 1, you will leave as it is. Okay, so now you check for this one. For 25, is there any number which divides both 25 and 30? Now if you see, you can see 5 is such number which divides both 25 and 30, because see 5 5s are 25, isn't it? And 5 6 is 30. Okay, so you can cancel this like this. So 25 by 30 means you can cancel with one number. That is why we are finding the common factor. Common factor means the number which divides both numerator and denominator. So there is one such number, that is 5, which divides both numerator and denominator. So with that number only I can cancel. Okay, otherwise I cannot. Okay, so 5 with 5, 5 5s are 25, and this one 5 6 are 30, isn't it? So this is also 5 by 6. See, you will get the same value. So whether you say 5 by 6 or 25 by 30, it means same, that is 5 by 6. Okay, so that is why these two fractions are called equivalent fractions. Okay, so equivalent fractions means, that is why it is given as representing the same part, because we eventually we got the same fraction, isn't it, for both of this. I will give you one more example. It can be 3 by 6 and 4 by 8. See, now if I go for 3 by 6, we can cancel it by 3, isn't it? 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6. See, so this fraction is how much? 1 by 2. So now here Is there any number which divides both numerator and denominator? Obviously 4. 4 ones are 4. 4 twos are 8. See? So this is also half. See? You got the same fraction. Isn't it? So these two are equivalent. It can be more than 2 also, isn't it? For example, 5 by 10, 8 by 16, if you see. So 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10. See? This is also half. 8 ones are 8, 8 twos are 16. This is also half. So eventually you are getting the same value for all the fractions. So these 4 fractions, that is 3 by 6, 4 by 8, 5 by 10 and 8 by 16 are equivalent fraction. Okay, so this is the case in equivalent fraction. So next we can go to the exercise. Okay, so I want you to turn page number 74, and in page number 74, exercise 6.1, exercise 6.1, you can go through question number 1. Okay, so if you see, the question number 1 is, state whether the following pairs of fractions are equivalent or not. So you have to check whether the given pair are equivalent or not. So question number 1, so A is what? 2 by 5 and 3 by 7. So first you go for 2 by 5. So is there any number other than 1? Okay, because 1 is always the factor. Okay, other than 1, if there is any such number which divides both numerator and denominator, then you have to cancel. So is there any such number? If you see, there is no such number which divides both 2 and 5. I have to see whether there is any number which divides both numerator and denominator. Both. I am saying both. Okay. So now, means this is in the lowest form. So this cannot be changed further. Okay. So now you have to check for 3 by 7 also. So if you check for 3 by 7, you will again find that there is no any number which divides both 3 and 7. Okay. So 3 and 7 has no common factor other than 1. Okay. So that is why this is also will be written as it is. Why? Because it cannot be further changed. So these two are eventually indicating different fractions because they cannot be further changed. Okay, that is why they are not equivalent fractions. Okay, so they are not. So now for question number B, if you see, it will be 7 by 28 and 1 by 4. So in next question, now you go for the first fraction. Now see, you can see the first fraction is 7 by 28. So is there any number which divides both 7 and 28? So if you see 7, isn't it? Because 7 ones are 7, 7 fours are 28. Okay. So it will be how much? Eventually it will give 1 by 4 and this is also 1 by 4. See, so they are same. So in question number B, they are equivalent fractions. Okay, so now similarly you can do for question number C, and question number C is 2 by 9 and 4 by 18. Okay, so now you go for first fraction. So is there any such number which divides both 2 and 9? If you see, no such number exists except 1, and 1 we are not considering. Okay, because even if we cancel with 1, we will get the same fraction. That is why we are not considering 1. Okay, so 2 by 9, this will remain as it is. So for 4 by 18, for 4 by 18, is there any number, any such number which divides both 4 and 18? If you see, you will get 2. Okay, if you see 2 2s are 4, 2 9s are 18. So I am telling you the number with which we are cancelling has to divide both numerator and denominator. I am repeating this again and again. Okay, please don't get confused. Okay, so I am cancelling with 2 because 2 divides both 4 and 18. And I will write 2. How many times is 4? 2 2s are 4. Isn't that is why I am writing 2. Here also I am, and if you cancel with 2 here also you have to cancel with 2. You cannot cancel with 3. Okay, you cannot do like this. 4 by 18 is 2 2s are 4, 3 6 are 18. You cannot cancel with 2 and 3. Okay, if you are cancelling the numerator with 2, you have to cancel the denominator with 2. If you are cancelling numerator with 3, denominator also you have to cancel with 3. Okay, so in this way you have to do. That is why I am asking you to find a number which divides both numerator and denominator. If there is no such number, then the fraction will remain as it is. Okay, so I am cancelling with 2. 2 2s are 4, 2 9s 18. So eventually I got 2 by 9. Isn't it? So see, these two are equal. Isn't it? So they are equivalent fractions. Okay, so in this way I want you to check number D, number E and number F. Are they equivalent fraction or not? Okay, so in this way. So now I will move to question number 2. Okay, and in question number 2, what is given? You have to, the question says that write the first 5 equivalent fractions of the following. There is one fraction in each question, okay, and you have to write the first 5 equivalent fractions to the given fraction. Okay, and remember one thing, for a given fraction there are infinitely many equivalent fractions. Okay, means if I give you any fraction, like it can be 5 by 6, okay, I can find infinitely many means uncountable, that means large number, okay, many number of equivalent fractions which is equivalent to 5 by 6. Okay, so in that way, but we are asked to find only 5 in this question. So let us do question number A. It is very easy. Okay, you just concentrate and listen to me properly. Okay, so question number A is 2 by 3. So you have to find the first 5 equivalent fractions of this. Okay, so how will you find? So this is very easy. Okay, first what you will do is you will write the same fraction and you will multiply both numerator and denominator by 2. At first you will start with 2. Okay, here you will multiply. Okay, so you will multiply with 2. Okay, and you have to multiply both numerator and denominator by 2. So how much will you get? 2 2s are 4 divided by 3 2s are 6. So we got the first equivalent fraction. Okay, so next now you will write 2 by 3 and you will multiply both numerator and denominator by, next is 3. Okay, with 3. After 2 it is 3, then 4, 5, in such way. Okay, so 2 3s are 6 and 3 3s are 9. So we got the second fraction, isn't it? Next you will multiply with both numerator and denominator with 4. Okay, so 2 4s are 8, 3 4s are 12. So we got the third fraction. So we have to find 5, right? So we already got 3. So next you have to multiply both numerator and denominator by 5. Okay, so 2 5s are 10, 3 5s are 15. Okay, now we got 4, 1 2 3 and 4, right? So now the last one we will multiply with 6 equals to, so it will be 2 6 are 12 by 3 6 are 18. Okay, so see, we got 1 2 3 4 and 5. So how we got the equivalent fractions? We multiplied, first we multiplied both numerator and denominator by 2, and then with 3, then with 4, then with 5, then with 6. Okay, in that way you can find many. Then with 7 you can multiply, with 8 you can multiply, with 9 you can multiply, but you have to multiply both numerator and denominator. Okay, so now, so what are the fractions? Therefore required equivalent fractions to 2 by 3 are, what are they? Number 1 we got 4 by 6, 1. Next we got 6 by 9. Next we got 8 by 12. Next we got 10 by 15, and next we got 12 by 18. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, in this way you can do question number 2. Question number 2, number B, number C, number D, number E and number F, you can do it as a homework, and number 1 also, D, E and F was a homework. So total of this are your homeworks. Okay, so in next class we'll do another topic. Okay.